So those of you, there's many of us on this circle now. And I'd like us all just to welcome each other into the sacred space of the circle. If your video is still on, give a wave to everyone who's watching in non-linear time. Hello!
Hello!
Oh, hello! Amazing. And now please, those of you who are joining me live, the circle that is here live now, please mute your microphones. That goes for absolutely everybody. Please mute your microphone and turn off your video because it's going to help with the quality of the sound. Oh. I've asked today that you have a candle ready. If you don't, it's not a problem. But we gather today in a circle. And I felt it was really important at the start that we saw each other's faces. Some of you will be watching this after the event, but know that this ceremony, this circle, this gathering is happening in the non-ordinary realms as well as the physical realm that we inhabit on the earth plane. So the energy of the circle that we create together will only build the more people watch it. Please begin by bringing your hands to your heart and closing your eyes. As you hold this shape, and at the start, as we come into the stream of heart consciousness, as we drop out of the mind and drop into the body, know that it's completely fine if your body craves movement here. You might like to circle the hips and the shoulders, and imagining as you do so, the light from your lower chakras reaching up through the central channel and connecting with the great mystery. I welcome you, each and every one, into our circle today. It's felt very guided. And I wanted to just share with you my intention creating this container for us today. Firstly, my intention is that each of you experiences a deregulation of the nervous system. What I mean by that is you get to relax. You get to relax. If you imagine your nervous system like a dial, most of us at the moment will have that dial turned up into the red. And we can't stay in the red. So today my intention is for us to take that dial, turn it right back so you're in the fullness of the green at the bottom. If you imagine that you had a bucket full of stress, today my intention is that together we will empty our buckets. The second part of my intention is that when we empty our buckets, when we shift and transmute what is stuck energetically within us, we work to shift that, to alchemize that into something with the quality and frequency of love. And what I mean by that is that we experience on a physical human level stress, which accumulates in the body at a very real molecular level. We're going to release that at an energetic level, but we're not going to release it as something, I don't like the word toxic, but something that's heavy and dense into the energy field and the circle that we share. Instead, allow the process within you for those energies to be felt, experienced, and alchemized, so that when they depart from you, they depart as fertilizer. They depart as love and support within the energy field that we all share, and more specifically within the energy field of this circle. And finally, I want you and us to get a taste of the sacred. Maybe you just have a nibble today, or maybe you're like me and you dive face first into the buffet, stuffing it all down, loving every second of it. But I want us to swim in those deep waters of sacredness that lie beneath the surface. Bring your breath to your heart. So imagine that you're breathing in and out of your heart as it expands. And now bring the chin in towards the chest. Let the back of the neck open. Round the spine, pressing the spine back, rolling the shoulders forward. And spread the shoulder blades away from one another. Create as much space through the back of the body as you can. And at the same time, drawing the front body, so your chest, your belly, in and up, curling and tightening it up, breathing into this contraction, and then expanding. Draw the shoulder blades together, open the arms as wide as you can, draw the face up as if you're looking to the sun, and breathe here. Completely open, full, expansive. Take a loving breath through the nose. Hold it for a moment, full, buoyant, allowing everything within you to intermingle and to open. And then as you exhale, curl back inwards, drawing the hands back to the heart, rounding the spine. It's like a cat-cow. Drawing chin to chest and breathing here. Really curl yourself into a little ball so that the back of the ribs get to expand, but the front of the body feels compressed. So we get to exist in the compression as well as the expansion. Like we live in a polemic universe, which constantly dances between expansion and contraction. And we can't be afraid of either, and we can't cling to either. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, contract. One more time, breathe in, open. Breathe out, contract. Now bring the hands to rest on the knees. Lengthen the spine. Draw the chin in towards the chest. And just gently roll the right ear towards the right shoulder, allowing that left neck side, elegantly said, allowing the left side of the neck to stretch and open. And then gently, when you're ready, rolling the chin back to center, and then rolling left ear to left shoulder. Now, I want you just to take a few breaths as you continue this process, but own it. Feel into it for yourself. If there's a sticky part that feels really, really good, like, oh, you know, when you breathe into it, stay there and enjoy. Or if the flow is serving you, then flow with it. But keep the breath going and keep the idea that we are moving stuck energy in the body. And why do we do this? Well, obviously because it feels good. Also because whenever there's stagnation and there's no flow, there's not room for newness. And at the moment, we are very much being asked to open to fresh, new energy. So we've got to shift out what's stuck. Just taking another couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, finishing with the chin at the chest. Before slowly lifting the head. Looking to the right. Trying to take your eyes to look back over your right shoulder. So even the eyes get a little stretch. And then coming back to center. And looking around to the left. Taking the eyes to look behind you. And coming back to center. And just taking that one more time, looking over the right shoulder. Taking the eyes to look as far behind you to the right as they can. Oh yeah, and coming back to center. One more to the left. Looking to the left. And then looking with the eyes as far back behind you as you can. So they're looking as far left as they can. And then come back to center. Now bring the hands to the heart again. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, twist around to face towards the right. Take the right hand behind you onto the floor and the left hand to the outer knee. And take a twist here. Breathing gently, lovingly. Allowing the spinal energy, so we've got what's called the Sushumna Nadi, the central column in yogic tradition, allowing it to open so that the energy of the universe and the earth flows through you freely. Come back to center. Bring hands to heart again. Take a breath. Take another full breath in as you lengthen your spine so you get long first. And then twisting around to the left, taking left fingertips to the floor behind you, right hand to the outer knee. And breathe here. Feeling everything there is to feel in this moment. And then coming back to center. Take the right fingertips to the floor. Lift the left arm up and over. And just take a nice little side bend. You can stay with the left arm extended up, or you can curl it around the head so it's kind of cupping the right ear, or just behind the right ear, and then lean your head back into your hand. That can feel quite nice. So this time we're opening the side of the body. Breathing into the left ribs. Come back to center. Take left fingertips to the floor, or your singing bowl if you're me. Bring right arm up. On the exhale, coming over to the side. So you're coming over to the left this time. Options are the same. Right arm can stay straight and extended, or elbow can bend and the hand can come and cup the back of the head. And you can gently lean back even as you are taking the side bend. Press into the right ribs, lift the right rib cage, and breathe. Everything starts to be soothed even as we just slow down and bring our awareness to moving and breathing. And then come back to center. We're just going to do one final thing. Bring hands to knees. And circle the shoulders in the hips. You can make it as luxurious, expansive, and sensual as you like. You can make it as small and fierce and strong as you like. We haven't got the video on here. It's private. It's about listening to the song and dance of your body in this moment. And allowing yourself to be free. Like imagine all of that energy energy within you that you hold and that you carry, that you've experienced, and let this movement, let this dance of the body be a chance for it to be free. In the asana practice, in the physical side of the yoga that we do, that's what we're doing. We're moving and freeing energy. It's why sometimes you can have spontaneous crying outbursts from nowhere when you're practicing asana. It's an energetic, shamanic practice. Dive into that and let yourself come into the body and come into the heart. Good. Just a couple more breaths. And come back to center. Bring hands back to heart. Smile. We gather today in a circle. A circle has no beginning and no end. A circle represents our common humanity, our shared connection, and the intertwined web of life which we are all a part of. The great ocean, unseen, where each one of us is unique, but also part of the whole. Just for a moment, consider your intention here today. You answered a soul call to be with me and each other. This is not just a yoga class. This is a space and a container for awakening and for experiencing the deeper levels of life. Listen to that call within yourself and know that you've already answered it. It was always your time to answer it. Symbolically now, for those of you who have a candle, I'd like us to each light our candle together because we're going to move into the unseen realms now. If you don't have a candle, I'd like you to just find your shape to be really warm and comfortable as we go into the meditation and the journey work. So if you have your candle, taking it out in front of you, and your lighting apparatus, whatever that may be, and then taking a moment as you light the candle to think symbolically what you're creating this light for. As we share the circle and open the circle for ritual and ceremony, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. And now place your candle somewhere safe so that you are safe. And come to lie on your back somewhere. If you're lucky enough to be in bed, oh, how wonderful. If you're in your room and you can get into bed, I think that would be a wonderful thing to do. If you have headphones, now is the time to place the headphones on. But you get to lie comfortably. I wouldn't recommend staying seated for this because we're going to drop down. I'd recommend finding a way to be comfortable. Those of you who are highly energetically sensitive will already be sensing that the energy is shifting dramatically. So we come into the circle now, and I ask you to set aside your ordinary human self. The thoughts, the worries, the burdens, set them aside. Close your eyes and listen to my voice. We're going to journey through mindfulness and presence. Then we're going to journey to a sacred space in the non-ordinary realms together. If this triggers you, move into and through the trigger to the space beyond. From our sacred space, we're going to go straight into the sound journey. Set the intention now that you will receive exactly what you need and know it to be so. Close your eyes if they're not already. Wriggle around now to get really comfortable and warm. And listen. Listen for the sounds that are closest to you. Maybe even the sounds that are inside of you. Listen for the sounds that are more distant. And then listen for the sounds that you have to strain to hear. Feel. Feel the sensations of your body supported. Can you feel the definition between you and what you're lying on? Is there a definition you can feel between the blankets over you? Or can you just feel a oneness? Is there anything else you need to feel within the body at any level, any layer, physically, emotionally, energetically? The eyes are closed, but what do you see? What do you see behind the closed eyes? Is it true darkness? Is there a tinge of colour? Are there shapes and patterns? What can you taste? Have you brushed your teeth? Maybe you had chocolate cake. Or a coffee. And finally, what can you smell? If you lit a candle, can you still smell the sulfur in the air from the match? Is there scent in the room? Does your body have scent? Your hair? Your perfume or cologne? What can you smell? And now bring your awareness to the very base of your pelvis, the root chakra, Muladhara chakra. It's red. We call in the spirits to ground us and to earth us. Feel the sense of being grounded. Feel the opening of you connecting to Mother Earth and Mother Earth connecting right back to you. A symbiotic, loving relationship. Some of you will visualize easily, some of you won't visualize at all. Don't get hung up on that. If you can't visualize, say the words to yourself, think it to yourself, feel it. It doesn't matter what your processing mechanism is. You just do it in your way and know that that's right for you. For ease, I will refer to visualizing. Imagine your root chakra, your Muladhara chakra, bright red. If you sense or see that there are spots of darkness on it, just rub it in your mind's eye like you would a spot on a mirror till it's clean. Anything that doesn't need to be there, just wipe it away with love. And now it sparkles red. Moving up to the womb or sacral area, home of our creativity, the water element, and we welcome the water spirits in to our ceremony today. Thank you for being with us. See the colour orange in the sacral chakra, the Svadhisthana chakra. See the colour orange, watery and flowing. And again, notice if there's any blemishes, dark patches, or any feelings of heaviness that shouldn't be there. No judgment, just love. Give them a little clean till you notice that that chakra is sparkling, glistening and gorgeous again. Orange and magnificent. Moving up now to the Manipura chakra. So it's just below where the ribs are, in the center, at the top of the belly. And it's yellow. It's fiery. This is your inner fire. And with this chakra, we welcome the helping spirit of the element fire into our ceremony today. Thank you for working with us. See the yellow of your fire, your Manipura, your solar plexus. See that yellow. Let it burn. And if there's anything there that feels heavy, you can see is heavy or the wrong color or just doesn't feel right, with love, let it go. Give it a clean. Come back to your burning fire instead. Now moving to the heart, which is the element of air, and it's green. We welcome the element of air, the spirit of air, into our ceremony today. Thank you for working with us. Rest in your sacred green heart. Know that the green of the Anahata chakra spills down into the hands and out into everyone and everything that you touch with love. The heart energy connects us. And in this circle, it connects us in the unseen realms. So let your heart be pure and loving, with that focus inwards first, so that you overflow with this love before giving out to others. The heart chakra, green. See, sense, feel, think of green. Drink it in. And if you notice anything that shouldn't be there, with love, give it a spit and a polish until your green jeweled heart is shining, dazzling and beautiful for all to feel and see. we continue our journey upwards to the throat chakra, Vasudha chakra. It's bright blue. It reminds us to speak our truth with grace and love and compassion. Notice if it feels constricted. Notice if the blue is dull, and shine it up. And then drawing the awareness to the third eye. Indigo. Allow the third eye to blink open, so that you see what is behind the veil. You see what is unseen to the outer eye. It may be that you don't see it in vision. It may be that you see it through hearing, through knowing, through feeling. We all sense with our inner eye, with our third eye in different ways. Trust your own process. Notice the quality of the indigo of the third eye, and if it is anything less than dazzling and radiant, give it a polish, give it a clean. Until it dazzles. And then finally coming up to the crown chakra. The golden white lotus that connects you with the unseen realms, connects you with all the mystery that we're diving into today. Allow it to open, but remember that you always remain protected and safe within your own auric field. So although we open to the mystery, we don't leave ourselves exposed. We remain protected. In your mind's eye, in your thoughts, in your imagination, however it works for you, I want you to imagine yourself getting up now. You're perfectly warm. You're perfectly safe. And you walk to your front door. You see your front door. You see your hand touch the door handle, the lock, and you open your front door. To your amazement, where your front door is, there is a dazzling veil. You sense the tendrils of smoke, and you know that when you step through this veil, out of your house, into this smoky, tendril-filled light, you are completely cleansed, and that you're stepping on an inner journey into the non-ordinary realms. Everything that is human is left on this side of the veil. Set it down. In your mind's eye, set down that which you do not need to carry. Set down that which is human, and know that as you step through the veil, you are completely safe and protected. When you're ready, step through. On the other side, to your delight, you find yourself by the sea. cosy is off to your side. And you see your bare feet on the earth. It's grassy and it's comfortable, and you feel the softness of the grass beneath your toes. You feel the salty air on your skin. You taste the salt. The sun warms your face and you start to walk towards the forest at the edge of the beach in the distance. It's like a rugged Exmoor landscape. You walk, beckoned by the forest in front of you. And the sun shines on your skin, warm, nourishing and glowing. And you feel so light and free, almost like you're floating there. And you know in your heart that you're being called into a circle of equals. A circle of love. As you climb towards the forest, the sound of the sea below you gets quieter and quieter. And the sounds of the forest become louder. You find yourself at the edge of the woodlands now. Although it's dark, it is not a frightening place. It is filled with life. You take your first step into the woodlands and you smell the earth. You hear the whistling, the rustling of the wind in the trees. You see the twigs on the floor. It's lush and it's green, and the pine wood and old ancient oaks smell divine. You continue walking forwards until you see a clearing. And the sun pours through the dappled light of the leaves, so that there's a dancing quality to the shadows on the edge of this clearing. The clearing is mossy, that silver hazy, sagey green light moss that is like a cushion or a blanket. And you feel this moss between your feet like a cushion to walk upon. And it feels amazing. The sun shines on your skin. There's the gentlest breeze. And in the clearing, you see all of us gathered in a big circle around an ancient boulder, a gift from Mother Earth that is our altar. When you feel ready, you step to the altar and you place your offering upon it. Don't overthink this. Allow the offering to be anything that's sacred to you. It may be a crystal, a feather, a thought, a hand on the boulder. Maybe you place your candle on the boulder. But together now, we are in this sacred grove. And in your mind's eye, come to stand, sit, or lie in a circle with each other. We are there together. Feel it, know it, see it. And the power of the circle is pure and clean. Together we call in and greet and thank the cold of the north, the warmth of the south, the rising sun in the east and the setting sun in the west. We call upon our own personal understanding of the great mystery to hold us and support us in this work, and we thank them for showing up. We feel the power of each other in the circle, and we offer our own prayers to the divine at this moment. Offer your own prayers. Greet the mystery in whatever way is right for you. But as we stand in ceremony, as we lie or sit in ceremony in our sacred grove, thank you for holding us steady whilst we do our inner work. Thank you for this time of coming together in a circle, a community of seekers and feelers united by the feeling, the knowing that something deeper is taking place. Thank you for holding us steady as we gaze into the inner waters, the inner fires, as we ground with the earth and breathe with the air. Thank you for reminding us as we gather in this circle that we are not alone. And thank you for helping us to feel in order to transmute, to release what is heavy inside of us and turn it instead into a gift of love for our fellow humans and for the planet and all sentient beings. Circles in water ripple. Let the lightness that we feel ripple through the ocean of life. Thank you to the spirit helpers of love, compassion, and goodness that have gathered with each and every one of us. Thank you to our ancestral lines for holding this sacred space as we move deeper now into the sacred gong experience. Surrender. Allow. Trust. silence. And if you wish to receive the energy healing that I am transmitting to the circle now, say yes please in your heart. If you do not wish to receive, say no thank you. I will tell you when it's time to gather back round. Before we leave the sacred grove and the circle with the dappled sunlight and the moss beneath us, take a moment in your heart and in your mind to give thanks. moment. Somebody's come off mute. Can you just make sure you're on mute, whoever's doing something? Coming back to where we were and just giving thanks. Giving thanks for the support that we've received from the non-ordinary realms of consciousness. Giving thanks from the 4 directions, the north, the south, the east and the west. Giving thanks, each of us, to our ancestral lines that hold and support us with love. And giving thanks to what is meaningful to us personally. Together we gather in a circle. A circle has no beginning and no end. A circle represents our common humanity, our shared connection and the intertwined web of life which we are a part of. The great unseen ocean where we are unique but also one. Thank you for holding us steady whilst we do our inner work. Thank you for this time of coming together in a circle, a community of seekers and feelers, united by the feeling, the knowing that something deeper is taking place. Thank you for holding us steady as we gaze into the inner waters, the inner fire. As we ground with the earth and we breathe with the air. Thank you for reminding us that we are not alone. Thank you for helping us to feel in order to transmute, to release what is heavy inside of us and turn it instead into a gift of love that we offer out. Circles in water create ripples. Let the lightness we feel now ripple through the ocean of life that we share. If there's anything else you wish to add, now's the time. And now it's time to leave our sacred grove and come back to find yourself back where you began. Maybe lying on your bed, in your front room, in your garden for some of you. But start to ground back down into your body, into your normal consciousness. And know that it takes time to return. It takes time to ground back into the normal reality. So take as long as you need. Move, stretch, breathe, wriggle. And if you don't have any time commitments or constraints, feel free to stay here as long as you like. Maybe you even want to journal in this space. Maybe you want to just crawl over, get your journal and write everything that's in your heart to be shared right now. Maybe you want to go to sleep. Maybe you want to run a bath. Maybe you have something else that your heart is calling you to do. But make sure you get grounded again. I find it really helpful to get grounded, to drink lots of water. Also to stamp the feet when time comes to stand. And also it can be quite nice to sort of rub the face just to help bring yourself back into 3D reality. But take your time. I'm going to give you another couple of moments, actually. That was the message that was just coming through. Just give you another couple of moments to ground through and to process the little journey that we've been on. Know that that sacred grove that we visited is available to you personally anytime you want to go there. You've been there now. Whether you were able to see it or feel it or experience it or just think it, it's available to you now to visit anytime you want, anytime you feel like either your self-care cup needs topping up or your stress bucket needs emptying. Visit that grove and let the unseen forces of love, always make sure they're loving, but invite them in to support you in your journey. And as you start to come around, just notice how you feel now after that session, after that ceremony. I'm going to put you back on gallery view, so anybody that wishes to share space in the online community and be seen, feel free to place yourself on video now. Anyone that doesn't wish to, obviously stay without the video on. But welcome back, everybody. Oh, look at you guys. Yay. You can unmute yourselves as well now. Oh, hello, little man. Hello, Jude.
Didn't quite manage the whole time on my own, but just
Who was
had a
that?
little.
Was that you, Rach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you join us in the grove?
Yeah.
So I just want to wrap up the video session and then we can just take a minute. Just anyone who's catching up with this not live, who's joining us in the virtual realm, we're all, everybody now, let's give a big, like, funny finger wave and know that you are with us. Like, we're creating a different frequency. We're doing the small bit that we can to raise the frequency of the planet, and I want us all to be seen. Yay! Look at you guys! I love it! I love it, love it, love it! Hello, Colleen! Ooh! I'm going to turn the video off. So, namaste, and apologies midway through, there was a bit of mic interference, so sorry about that.